Welcome to a new episode of the Gaming Kitchen. I wanted to look at just a quick topic that was on my mind for a while as well. It was the topic of wondering about the current state of game stores. I know that GameStop is probably one of the most as of now, but with the current climate of digital sales and such, as I mentioned in my previous video, it had me thinking, what's the use of these video game stores now? If people can sit at home with the comfort of just ordering a game online or through their PlayStation 4 or through their Xbox One, what's the incentive for going out to these stores in which we used to do 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago? And it didn't hit me until I was starting to start driving through my old neighborhoods to see these old stores that used to be around, the Funko Lands and the Babbages and things such as that. And one of the things which I think that's lacking in today's gaming world is individuality and, personality and charm of these stores in which they used to have a long time ago. And I think that people are starting to steer clear of those places and just go to your generic, areas that sells games, and you rather deal with them. I think a long time ago there used to be, like I mentioned before, a personality and a certain charm with stores that you could go to. There was a certain thing that kept those stores in the community, that kept them around people who were interested in leaving their houses and going somewhere. Plus, during the 90s, there really wasn't that much of a access to ordering online like there is now. I mean, if you were to tell someone 15, 16, 17 years ago that you could order a game through your console and you'd be playing it just as well as you would if you purchased a physical copy, they probably would laugh you out the door. I think that technology has changed a lot in the past 20 years, and this is where we're at. So I think now you have like these game stores that are hanging around trying to find something special to, bring customers in. I think that's where it ties into the pre-order culture as well that we're in now. I think that's why you see all those specials where if you could go to GameStop and you pre-order this game, you get this free map or these posters or something. I think that they're starting to understand. I think it's these stores as a whole, they're starting to understand that they can be easily put out of business any day if they, fall prey to these digital sales. I think that the technology is changing in the fact of demanding games and demanding these type of products just as much as it was when video rental stores were once around. I remember Hollywood Video. I remember those types of movie places where you could go in and rent a movie or rent a game and it'd be just around the corner. And Blockbuster unfortunately succumbed to not being able to change and not being able to adjust themselves to the current climate in which was coming through, which was digital ordering, digital access, and unfortunately they went the way of the dodo bird. Now, I think they still are online, but do they have the same promise that they used to have in a physical store format? Probably not. This was something that was on my mind as I started to see game stores and everything now, because I don't really go to game stores anymore when I was purchasing games to go pick them up. Like I would stop by Best Buy or I would stop by Walmart to go get my stuff because it's just easy in access. And I think it's just a difference between the two types of gamers. You have the older generations that are still used to going to these game stores and talking to the clients and talking to the gamers and talking to the people who work behind the store who are fellow gamers, like going to Babbage's. I remember when I was going to Babbage's when I was a kid, and you could talk to a person who worked behind the desk and they would print out cheat codes for you and help you. I think that there was a type of community thing with gamers that are now starting to become extinct. And I think that all this stuff with the pre-orders and the DLC and everything, I think it's extending further than what we think once we sit down and think about it for a second. I think it's starting to take out the originality of what made things great about being a gamer and playing games and going to stores and buying stuff, and it's just making it less personal now. I think it's starting to create just a business transaction type of thing. You're here to buy something, I'm here to get your money, and that's it. Who knows if it's going to change? I think that that's the current state, as I always say. This is where we're at. I think that this is just where we're at in the terms of gaming and buying and purchasing and dealing with the current market of DLC and pre-ordering and everything. Is it good? Maybe. I don't think so, but who knows? One thing for certain is that whatever used to be and whatever used to be fun about it is starting to go away pretty quick.